Anyhow, first 10 seconds of death are down. We can go down here, and what I'm gonna do here, this is about real fight, so we'll start doing this thing real quick so where we get this out of the way. And thank Horizon Hobby for being an awesome company and sending us Real Flight Evolution for the premium vision, the freemium, freely free, very free. Almost feel as free as a good guy that I know. Anyway, so we're gonna dive into crashing drones and all that stuff in a second. Before we do, I got so many comments and so many people requesting this video, so I'm gonna do it here live for you guys, and you guys will get to see what I get to see, which is the inside of this thing. So I'll show you how to tear this thing down, because you gotta give people what they want, right? Anyway, give people what they want. They requested this video to be made so many times. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The bots went wild. The bots went wild over this video. They're like, we have to know, Mr. Mark Reviews, we just have to know what it's like inside an Emacs Easy Pilot remote. And so this is how you get access to the battery. We're going to put it over here so I don't forget which way goes where. And we need to remember that it was like this. So there's a slightly slimmer side here and a slightly wider side over there. The wider side is for this springly spring there. Awesome. Glad I got that out of the way. So there's 2 extra screws in here that need to be removed. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws for a total of maybe 8. And you guys know how much I like 8, so that's a good thing. Again, I am not snarking or ranting about this remote in the sense that it is bad or anything. It is great. It connects very well to the drone that I have. The issue with it is that although it connects well, maybe it connects too well or something, I don't know. I'm not grinding into those screws yet. Okay, I got that one. I got that one good. And it came out real nice. Stuck to the magnet for once, which is good too. We'll get this one out too. Get out. Okay, great. We now have a total of 5 screws out, and we got to get the rest. Got to get the rest out. So one thing that you will notice, and you will notice this in a second, once I lose all the rest of the screws, so then I can't put this back together. Once I accomplish that, which would not be fun for me, but it would be very fun for you. It's always easier when you're not trying to demonstrate this kind of stuff. Always a whole lot easier. Okay. Take 2. 20 years later. Okay. Oh, I lost one screw. Flying across the room. So, thing to remember, because this will happen to you and then you will be upset. This button comes out. If you do this, it'll fall out. Watch out, there is a little groove. It is very groovy, like Austin Powers might say. And it goes in like this. If you try to put it in a different way, it will not go in, and you will get upset with yourself, and you will push it in, and you will probably break it. So make sure that groove is aligned with that, and you will be happy forever. All right. Anyway, they will tell tall tales of your happiness. Anyway, so these here are the gimbals. I like the gimbals. They are cheap, but they do their job well. And unlike another remote, which we won't mention ever again, they're just very good for what they do. I can't remember if you can just pop these off. Yes, you can pop them off. You see, there's this little thing on which they will pop back onto. And I will try to pop that back onto, I hope that was done correctly. If not, we will have a bad time at the field. Anyway, this part here on the top here disconnects as well. This does not have an antenna. There is a version of this remote which does have an antenna. This is not the one. You will be able to connect your switches up here with these little connectors that you see right there. But anyway, the other thing that you can do is remove this whole green piece there. This here be the antenna. It is very small. In a previous video that I have not posted yet, but I will post later on as one of the things, I will tell you in that video that I cannot find the antenna. I was wrong. The antenna is this red thing that I've now attached there so that I can remember where it is. But that does not change anything at all because I still cannot get this thing to work. So what happens, for those of you who have not seen the previous video where I did a live stream and explained it all again, is when the remote control is connected up and powered on, it creates interference in the goggles. No matter what I do with the goggles, I've tried all the different frequencies. I think there's a total of 40 available frequencies, but none of them seem to work, and they all seem to interfere. So the second I switch the switch on, so you guys can see this carefully. Hopefully you guys can see all the dibbly-doos in there, and you guys can take a look at this. So there is one antenna, which is this one here. It does a great job of connecting up to the quad. The quad gets the signal, blah, blah, blah. All that's great. The problem is, as I explained so many times in different videos now, the second you connect up, so you have this on, you have the goggles on, and you have the quad on. When all three things are on, and you switch this, you go up, you get the motors powered on, motors are on, everything is connected, boom, signal goes dark. You get the snowy snow in your goggles, and you cannot fly, obviously, unless you have a special skill that only Superman has, in which case he can see through objects. If you can see through objects, you might be able to see the drone through the objects, but you will not be able to see through the camera. So anyway, unless you are Superman, you will not be able to fly this drone. And either way, it would still be line of sight because it would not be through the camera. So yeah, there it is, my friendly friends. That is the problem that we have been experiencing that I do not have a solution for. Now, if the YouTube algorithm was a decent algorithm, it would be able to detect things during this live and understand that I'm looking for a solution to this problem, right? Because, you know, that would mean that the algorithm was smart. And then it would locate another individual who is far more intelligent than myself and connect us up together so that other more intelligent person could relay or give their message of how to fix this to me. And then after that, I would obviously do a follow-up video where I would explain why one thing worked and why the other thing did not work, thanks to the added help or expertise of the whoever was kind enough to to receive the message and come to the aid of the said YouTuber. But, you know, this is not that world. This is not that world. This could be that world eventually. But you would have to probably do something about it, which is some programmers, a very intelligent group of programmers would get together and fix stuff on YouTube and get the algorithm to do something useful for a change. But it's probably not going to happen, just like it's not going to happen that even though now we have Elon Musk at the helm of Twitter, I'm still stuck out of my account. So that is just something that is going to be something that I can keep ranting about until somebody fixes it. Will they fix it? I don't know. The key here is I created that account a long time ago with an email that no longer exists because I was down in the dumps about the stuff, super depressed about stuff. So I personally deleted that account connected to the Twitter account because it was connected to YouTube that was not doing anything useful for me at all. And so back in the day when I was going through some horrible stuff, super depressed, blah, 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 I deleted that account. You no longer have an account that I can use. I probably cannot create a new one with the same because that probably wouldn't work. So anyway, I am stuck out of my Twitter account indefinitely, which brought about a bunch of other unfortunate or misfortunate events. And again, this is, although I do like to play the part of the conniving, pesky son of a gun. In this case, I am not Count Olaf. Count Olaf is whoever is not helping me get back into Twitter. Anyway, yeah, there you go. That's great. I was able to take a screw out, which was perfectly set up in the correct position. And then, with the use of the magnet and my clumsiness, I was able to invert it so that it was pointing the wrong way up. And you can't make that. You can't make that stuff up, even if you wanted to. It either happens or it doesn't. But you saw it happen live. There is no Hollywood Disney magic happening at all here. Although if you want to see some of that stuff, you could probably go to Universal Studios. Can't really recommend Disneyland at the current time because, as far as I know, it still has the horrible situation where you go there for like, you stand in line for like 45 to an hour so that then you can watch an activity that lasts maybe 10 or 15 minutes. You get upset after one time going there. You're like, I'm never going back to Disneyland again. But again, it doesn't happen to you if you go to Universal Studios. So that is why a lot of people are going there, and Legoland and a bunch of other places. I did do a review for Disneyland to let them know about this, but they're just like DJI. They're just like DJI. You tell them, they're probably listening to you, but they're like, nah. Who cares? We're gonna stay the course, and it's fine because at this point they're probably a mafia kind of system where they keep getting money regardless of what they do. So they will continue to be in business, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. For a while there, they were saying that they were going to be shutting down Disneyland. A lot of their stores went downhill. A lot of their stores are no longer available. For instance, you can't go to South Coast Plaza anymore and find the Disney store. It is gonely gone. I used to hang out over there quite a while ago. It was fun. Occasionally bought some stuff from there, but occasionally. Anyway, life moves on. Apparently things just keep going on in ways that they go on. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to do some flying today. Let's see what we can do. I overshot my targets, destroyed my quad, not my quad, my helicopter, destroyed my helicopter really fast. Just a couple of seconds in, already destroyed the first helicopter. I think everything is running correctly, so it was entirely my fault. My Jedi mind tricks were not controlling the camera well enough. Then I lost control of the helicopter, and the rest is history. Oh. Great. I was closer this time. One more time. We will not give up. We will not give up so quickly today. again, just getting into the swing of things, and can we get a hover? No, cannot seem to get a hover today. The camera is moving by itself. For some reason, it's doing stuff that I did not ask it to, but it did. Oh, so do please remember one thing before you buy a drone and stuff. Remember this one thing, which is important. A lot of the products that you will buy today have the issue about batteries. This is not something that they used to have. A lot of technology in the past, such as phones, did not have the battery issues that we have today. And those issues are pretty simple to understand. Is back in the day, you could replace batteries once they died out quite easily. In the modern world, when you buy a new piece of technology, you do need to check that it comes with the ability for you to be able to replace those batteries at a later date, because many of them do not. Many of them no longer have that kind of functionality in that ability for the user to be able to do that. You might need to rely on the company itself to do that. And in a world where companies are popping up and disappearing very quickly because of issues of all kinds, including just instability in the markets, you've got issues such as trade, you have inflation, you have all kinds of stuff going on in the modern world, which affects companies and stuff. So just know that a lot of the times when you will buy a product, you just need to be able to trust the company enough that they will continue to stay in business, because if they don't, you might end up having a product that once the battery is dead, goodbye, that is the end of the product that you just bought. Another thing that you need to watch out for in the modern era is software. Like in the old days, the majority of items that came with the software that was installed on the product would last forever. One of the cool things about buying yourself a Game Boy or a Game Gear was that you bought this video game and that video game would last forever. You may get bored of the graphics, you may stop wanting to play the game, but the game itself would always be there for you should you decide to play it. Nowadays, stuff like my Vilta here that I am currently filming with no longer has an app. So without that app, I am no longer able to use any of the tracking features that I was once able to use. Why? Because the company probably died or whatever it is. They're no longer providing that service, and so now the capabilities of tracking are no longer something that runs. People could argue that maybe those weren't the best tracking features and there are better products out there on the market today. But that doesn't matter because I liked it, but I can't use it anymore. And the same thing is going on with the battery inside. The fact is that the battery is aging out, and that is just a common thing that happens with batteries. Eventually they will age out and break down, and I cannot replace it myself. I mean, I might be able to find one online and open it up, whatever. But there's a very big risk involved there, which is I may break the thing even worse, or I may just completely render it to a point of foobar, in which case it will never work again, which would be even more unfortunate because I love this thing and I use it all the time. So I've opted for finding a cable that is long so that I can power it by cable whenever it is not running the way that I like. Again, on this particular object, on this particular device, this is an option. There are many other devices on which that is not an option. So just be wary of that. Just think about that before you buy a product in the modern age. And hopefully, if enough people complain about this stuff, the companies will stop creating products in that manner, which in turn will be just better for the industry as a whole. So a lot of the products, as I said before, will have battery issues. And when you buy a product, because of that, you may not be able to use it over time because the batteries will die. But also remember that if you buy a product, that you have to trust the company to be around long enough for you to be able to enjoy, for instance, their app that runs it. The second the app stops running, it's just as bad as the battery. That is the end of the functionality of that product. And so, again, something that maybe a lot of people don't really think about when they're not, in the tech field and they haven't tested out like a million products and stuff, and they don't think about these things until it's too late. They've already purchased the product. The product now has stopped working because the battery is dead or because the app is no longer functional. So more and more as things progress, I start picking products that I start using based on that, simply because I don't want to get burned. And I am very forward thinking when it comes to the products that I buy, because again, not having the largest budget available to me, it's not just about, oh, that looks cool, I want it. It's just got to last me. So that is one of the largest considerations when I do buy products right now is, will that company from which I buy the product be around in 5-10 years? And does it mean that this product that I just bought may just be a dud, a brick very soon that I will have to just throw out because there's just no way to fix it? Again, if you are a top coder and whatever, top technologist, there may be things that you can do to get around and just get it to work, which is fine. But your average person who is not a technologist has to watch out for these things a little bit more. So that's just something that I'm putting out there for people thinking about gifts and stuff. If you're thinking about something to buy for a friend, maybe put that into your consideration. Is that thing that I'm buying for my friend going to last them? Or is it just, something that, like a pencil or something like that, which is not technology based? Then you don't have to worry about it so much, right? But technology based stuff, you do need to worry about these things a lot more. So anyway, thought I'd just put that out there to help some folks out if you're thinking of buying something for the holidays. I've lost control of the helicopter for the most part. I'm just trying to bring it back into a controllable position so that I can do the dropping here. We can bank over here to find the last piece. And I'm going to put it down for a second. Just rest it out. I do have 2 minutes. So sometimes you want to do that. Give yourself a chance to relax. Get the Jedi mind tricks to work so you can get your camera back online and focus on trying to get your target. Got your target. Control that camera again. Kind of losing the position for the camera, which is bad. Here we kind of go. And try very carefully, because you've done all 3, to just make sure to get on top there and get out of there. We've successfully put 3 cones where they belong. And now this is one of my favorite, what you'll find here is this is one of my favorite games or simulations within the game. Unfortunately, in Real Flight 9.5S, there were bugs. I'm not sure if they ever fixed them. But that cool little red plane that you'll see in the left hangar over there did not display. So maybe they fixed that in a later version, but I have not updated Steam or anything like that. So I don't know if that is the case. Eventually, I will go back and check for you guys to see if that was fixed or not. But let's just enjoy this really cool activity that you can do here. And hopefully I will not destroy the helicopter. I am doing a very poor job of catching on. Okay, relax. Bring the helicopter up a little bit more. Let's try to do this. Grabbed it. Awesome. Now go the other direction. Lift a little bit more. We're going to carry this really cool warbird over to the ring. And I really love this thing. It is really fun to do these exercises. Really, really fun. There we go. No. Really, really fun until you screw it up like I just did. Okay. One more time. We will lift gently, and then we will move back a little bit gently until we catch it. We will lift it up and over to the target, and bam-a-lam, it did not disconnect, and then it connected. Oh, brother. You cannot make that stuff up. It would not disconnect. The ball of death. The ball of death went inside the ring and would not disengage. Then it would disengage. Then it disengaged and just back and forward until everything went south and it exploded on me. So there. Again, this is completely pilot error. I could have done a better job of lifting out from the ring, but I did not. And so when you do that, that causes you to make mistakes that are beyond your ability to recover from. So there we go. We're going to go back over here. This is such a cool exercise, as I said before. But this time we're going to do it, right? We're going to do it. We're going to get it in. Shabam. Awesome. So now we have good control over our helicopter. And we will go in and grab the second plane. This is the plane that does not appear. It does not appear in real flight. 9.5S. Oh, I overshot. I got confused there. Could have sworn I was on target. I was not on target. We've got it. Now all we have to do is Jedi mind tricks to get that camera to do what we want it to again. We are close to the ring, but not quite. Up we go, and Jedi mind tricks to get that camera to do what I want it to. Struggling a lot. We still have plenty of time, so we got to just relax into it. Relax into it. Here we go. We've got control of the camera and the thing. We're just over it. Shabam. Done. Not bad. 1 minute 49.80. Woot. Woot indeed. Let's see if we can throw some balls into the goalpost. Let's see if we can do that today. Again, I had beaten all these. You can check it out in some of the previous live streams. Beaten all these, but I'm doing them all over again. And I may do some extra work on the side. I did promise at the very beginning that I would not do that, but so many things have happened, so that is a reason why I may do some extra levels off screen, simply to bring us back to where we were before I tried to install Windows 7 on a PC that cannot really do that. Oh, buddy. Awesome. It gave me the point. Thank goodness for that. I had already wrecked the entire vehicle, but it gave me the points. So thank goodness for that. We will try again. This time you have to grab 2 balls from the ring of death in here. And if you're able to do that and score, and this is where it becomes extra hard because you can't just fluke it like I did earlier. This time, oh, there we go. This time, you have to be able to do this twice in a row. And this is a little bit like some of those amazing FPV pilots will tell you. There is no do-overs. There's no battery pack warm-up session if you're doing things for movies and stuff. You either know how to do it or you don't know how to do it. And if you can't perform under pressure on the time when you have to perform, you will not get a call back from, and that's true for so many other things, such as like dance as well. If they call you on stage and you can't perform on the day, that's it. You know, it's the Olympics. It's the Olympics. It's just how it works. If you can't perform on the spot, on the day, You will not be called in to perform again. That's it. That's your time to shine. That is your time to shine. Oh, dang. I scored, and then I think I was too close to the crossbar. And like somebody who is not very good at soccer, or someone who is very unlucky and is very good at soccer, but practices trying to hit the crossbar on purpose, eventually might make the mistake of doing that during a game. And yeah. Well, there have been World Cups ruined because of somebody hitting a crossbar or a post and not scoring that famous goal. Careers have been ruined due to that. One of my favorite soccer players of all times. What's his name now? It's drawing blanks. I think it's Roberto Baggio. He had one of those instances where it was time, too much pressure. There was just too much pressure. He was a pro at scoring penalties, whatever. And one thing went wrong for him, and that wrecked his career. It shouldn't have, but it did. It shouldn't have, but it did. So one person's entire life was defined by one moment, which is pathetic and awful and just very bad, but it happened. It happened, and I destroyed the bird once again. And in the past, this is one of the wonderful things that happens when you have a brain like mine. In the past, I was able to do this quite well. So I guess I have regressed. I have regressed in my abilities to fly this helicopter. In the past, I was basically not as good at the first part, which is grabbing the ball, but I was better at scoring apparently. So I don't know what happened with that, but oh wow, that is out of this world epic. And the graphics on this thing are really cool. Even with the graphics turned down to pretty much zero, you have these special effects where you can see the helicopter destroy itself in ways that are epic to the eyeballs. No. Come on, man. Can I lift in a straight line? Wow. Explosion. Very realistic explosion there. Very realistic explosion. Anyway, let's try this one more time. Can we do it? We should be able to, no problem. We should. It is said that you should be able to do this, no problem. Really not that hard to do. Really not that hard to do. But apparently, if you are me, very hard to do. Oh, the physics are not running correctly. Come on, man. That I was pitched forward and everything. That should have had plenty of momentum to get into the goal post, but sorry, not the goal post, the goal. That should have been a slam dunk if it were basketball, but it's not. This is soccer we're talking about. So yeah, for some reason that just, whoa, buddy. So I guess we're not going to be able to beat that today. We resume choose challenge. We're going to do a different challenge. There's only so many times I'm willing to do the same thing over and over and fail. There was a cool hunt in there that I was doing pretty well on, but we could not find the people in there. So what we're going to do is one of these races here, spot land. Let's see if we can beat level 4, which is the one we haven't beat yet. I have beaten it at least once at one point, but we will try it again. Excuse me. Wow, that was like a growl from Shrek or something. Excuse me. Again, there's no do-overs, there's no cut. This is a live stream. And yeah. Part of the reason why a lot of people don't do live streams is they're worried about things like what just happened right now. Anyway, still not fully recovered from the experience at Universal Studios. Again, not Universal Studios' fault, entirely my fault. I do not do well in certain scenarios. Wow. What's going on with this bird? I am not able to make a proper turn with it. I might just have to do a MAV. And do full throttle up and turn and just bring it back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm. I landed too early. All right, well, we'll have to do that, I guess, because I can't turn. I'm having one of those moments where I can't turn for some reason. Again, this will not happen to you. It happens to me all the time. And wow. Am I too far from the thing? What's going on? For some reason, if I go too far out, it seems to not want to allow me to return to base. An explanation for that would be great, but I do not know, and I could not help you with it in any way, form, or fashion. Destroy the plane. We're getting somewhere, but it'll take a time. It'll take a sec. Okay, so now we do have enough height and turn. We're coming nice and slow. Almost no throttle. Try to get this done, and will it give me the points? Yes. Yes, level survived, passed the level. Let's try this. This is going to be different. Glider plane. It's gliding. I do not know where it wants me to. Well, it's just taking me places. Okay, it's taking me places. It'd be cool. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I did not read the instructions. This thing is just taking me for a ride. Do I need to disconnect? Usually you can disconnect like that. That doesn't disconnect. How about this? Oh, that's how you disconnect. Cool beans. So now we know how to disconnect. And we do not know how to find the target. Where is the target? I do not have a way to see the target in any way. We have been taken away way too far from our target. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found the target. Forget about it. I know exactly where the target is. We are way too high still up in the air, so we're going to take it slow. This is a glider, so there's no throttle theoretically required for this operation. The target is right below us. We are still far from the target. We're going to make it down and relax further. We can't. This is not something that is going to give us the opportunity to throttle up, so we need to try to get to the target as best as we can. And no, that's not how you do it. We did get to the target, but we destroyed the plane on the way down. Not something that you want to do. Okay, so again, all you have to do here is just turn with the right stick a little bit in order to give yourself the ability to do that. But right now, then we need to use that left to disconnect ourselves from the thingy, and we may be too low already, so this may be a problem. Try not to slam into that light post over there. Give ourselves a little bit of a turn here. Do we still have enough up elevator to keep us from crashing? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Somehow there is a problem with the thing. The dot never turned red. So maybe we were not. Again, use this to balance it so that it is able to stay straight. The other airplane is what is bringing you up in the air. I do not really know how far high you're supposed to go with this before letting go, but I'm going to drop myself with a little clicker on here and aim for the thing. Is the thing red? Okay, now the thing is red, so maybe you're just not allowed to go down to disengage from the other plane too early, so that's something that I didn't know. If you do, then the red thing will not show up as red. Let's try not to hit that tree because we know the D factor is always available to you and we want to avoid the D factor. So let's try to go a little bit higher, a little bit higher. We're right on target and bam. Yes. Unfortunately, we did smack into the thing, but it doesn't count. So we still managed to pass the level. Fun stuff. So hopefully Emacs is going to get back to me at some point in time about what's going on with the remote. I'm not keeping my hopes up too much because you just never know. In some cases, things are great, and in some cases, they're not. Wow, I destroyed the plane. I don't know why. Loss of altitude. I didn't do anything to make it that way. I do not know where the landing spot is. I cannot see it from this position. I just don't know where it is. Where is the landing spot? It tells us to climb. Maybe that's it. You have to climb high enough for it to engage the spot where you're supposed to land. So we are now climbing. We are now climbing. We are now climbing and looping. We climbed. We climbed, climbed, climbed. We climbed so high, we lost the plane. And we did because I don't know where it is, and I really lost the plane for sure. You have crashed. Please try again. Time to practice your dead stick skills in GB. A fat airplane with little wings means not much of a glide. Okay, fine. But where is the spot where I land? Huh? Would you mind telling me where I'm supposed to land this thing? Because I would like to know. I would really like to know. Let's try to go up. Up, 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 up. Climb. We have climbed. Houston, we have climbed. This is not the Artemis. This is not the Artemis. I repeat, this is not the Artemis. We are not going to the moon, and yet we can't find our landing. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. 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 Will somebody find me the landing? If you press right and left with the keys, does that do anything? Does this do anything with the camera? No. I don't know where to... See, this is the one thing that really ticks me off sometimes about video games in general. It is when you are stuck, not because you can't land, not because you can't fly, not because anything like that, because you can't figure out what to do. That be the problem. You can't figure out what to do, and that be the problem. And it is a very big problem because, you know, you would assume there is a landing spot for you somewhere. Oh, it is right there. Okay. So apparently I climbed high enough for the thing now. Like it's, I don't know. We'll try to do the same thing that I just did. You climb high into the sky. Da 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 da. And then you turn. So it wants you to turn, and now it gives you the ability to try a dead stick landing, and that was terrible. Once again. So I think the idea is your remote control plane goes up into the air. You want to climb it high enough so that then you have the ability to turn. Once the thing turns, you no longer have throttle. You are going to have to just land. And as landing goes, that was a pathetic landing. And I was off target too. Again, really hard to tell where you're supposed to land even when that red dot comes online. You're taking a look at your plane. You're very happy that the plane is in the air. You're feeling all good about yourself. You make a nice loop-de-loop to try to come back. And now Apparently, it's not a dead stick landing anymore. It is a shingles, no, not shingles, underneath your roof crash antic. So anyway, they want you to go up around here, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. They want you to turn, and this is where you do your dead stick landing. Try not to hit the tower on the way down, and find a spot. There it is. Try not to slam your gear into the ground like I just did, and you should be fine. You should be fine. So let's do that again. Up, 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 climb. Climb, buddy, climb. And once you get up there, you turn your plane. You give it a ton of up elevator or it's going to crash into oblivion. And it has crashed into oblivion already because was not able to bring it back. One more time. One more time. This may be the time. This may be the time. The time of times, it may be. So, still has not acknowledged the climb, so it's not going to work. Try it again. This is very finicky, as they say. Very finicky indeed. We know what to do now, so all we need to do is replicate that one time when it worked. And if we do, then it will give us the landing spot. So go up to about there, start turning, it now engages. It should give you enough time and space to do your landing. We got to do better landings where you flare a little bit more. And that was on the target, and it didn't give it to me because I destroyed the plane. So this is something that will be very, very hard to do in general. I've never done a dead stick landing. I always try to control and check my batteries are running as they should. But I have seen people do it amazingly well on the Brian Phillips RC channel. He's able to do dead stick landings that are amazing. I'm just always wondering how the heck he does it, but lots of years of experience and skills like the Mav. Eventually I'll be able to do it maybe in 20 years. But until then, we will continue to try. Hey, this time I didn't break the plane on the way down. So that's a plus right there. I did not hit the target. Okay. We'll work on that, but the plane didn't explode. So that is definitely a plus. It is not giving me a chance. It means that that was not a good place to start dead stick landing from. Here we go. Let's see if it gives us the climb. No, it's just not giving us the ability to dead stick land from. Whoa, buddy. Let's try that again. Okay, it is now allowing us to do a dead stick landing. So we're coming down way too hot, maybe a little flare. Come on, man. Just off. But again, even if I had been on the target, it wouldn't have worked because I would have destroyed the plane. I just want to beat this level at least once. One time today. I just need it to be beaten one time. No, I was trying to lift. Pull up did not work. And we may need to buy a pull-up bar for this thing. Because, there we go. Okay. Come on. No, I lost the plane completely. Too far away. Was not willing to come back to me. Come back to me. I will give you a treat if you come back. It not be a cool dog, so it will not come back to me. Slam. That's roughly the spot where you're supposed to land. Should you get it right? We were not getting it right, so. Anyway, last try. This is going to be the time. It's going to be the time. It's going to be the day. The day of our success is now. It didn't give me the go-ahead, so it is a no-go. I said it was the last time, and I lied. We're going to do it one more time because we need to get that at least. For it to be a good one, or for it to be an attempt, we need the red button to show. Okay, here we go. The red button to show. And it was a terrible attempt. Oh, come on, man. I really thought I was going to get it this time. Loop around. Too far, too close to the ground. Believe, believe. Okay. Coming back, coming back. Lift, 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 lift. There we are. That's it, lift. Oh, I said lift. I said lift. It would not lift. So anyway, this is truly the last time. This time I'm not lying. I'm not doing the politician thing right now. This is truly the last time. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we will just go and cry. In a corner somewhere. In a faraway land. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, as usual, we're going to give a big thank you to Horizon Hobby for providing Real Flight Evolution for us at no cost and making our day, week, year. It is now all about Real Flight. We did not get distracted by squirrels today, but just in case you guys want to go check out this really good restaurant, go check it out. It is at this location right here, and if you just scan that in, it'll help you. It should. I haven't tried it, but it should. Anyway, there's a cool menu for you to pick many amazing things. One of my favorite things, vegan pancakes. So yum. So anyway, before we leave, big shout outs to all the amazing channels in the back there. But most importantly, we must also thank our sponsors because they keep sending us really cool stuff, which is important for the channel because it, you do need stuff to show on the channel. Once you run out of stuff, it's harder to run a channel. Anyway, we've got Xiongmei with that cool electric receiver. It's not a receiver, electric shaver. We've got Excellent with those cool things you can use to clean your brushes, your makeup brushes. We've got iWatch Band there from Didomisol, as well as Color Farm, a really cool thing that you can stick on top of your bottles. And since many people are celebrating today and for the rest of the holiday season, it's good to get a good stopper to put on your wines and stuff when your children and adults, spouses, significant others are whining too much. You just stick that on there, and it is kid-proof. It is kid-proof, so most kids won't be able to get in there. Anyhow, still no news on iNeedDoll and when they're sending the new robot head, which is gonna be cool. But until then, just for me, for the holidays, go and check out some of these cool channels that you'll see displaying in a second. Just go there, have some fun, and press on the subscribe button. They will be happy. I will be happy. Maybe. I don't know if they'll be happy. I will be happy because I think it's cool to do stuff like that. Some of them may not be too happy. But that's okay, right? That's okay. At least you are messing around with the algorithm and cool channels are being seen instead of random crap that you don't want to see. So at the very least, you are doing the earth, the world, a favor by checking out fun channels that will entertain you instead of watching a bunch of violent content and stuff, which will maybe entertain you, but you'll get nightmares and stuff. So, it is what it is, right? You get what you get when you watch all the horror stuff and violence and political junk. So anyway, these are channels that I watch that keep me away from all that junk. And that's why I promote them on the channel. So with that, I will see you all in the next one. And take care, guys. Remember that if you did buy a Horizon Hobby product, Spectrum or whatever, you can go to this cool website over here and register. Whether they send you swag or not, we'll never know because mine hasn't arrived yet. But if it does, I will let you know. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.